It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as always, I'm so glad to see it. Once again, in the land of the living, with a story to tell. Or should we say a testimony? Because everybody got a story. But can't everybody say they have a testimony? At least one given to them by the Most High. Hallelujah. And see, I like that root word in testimony, test. See, you can't have a testimony without a test. Without going through something and coming back out on the other side with a show enough story. With a divine story. Or should we say a divine intervening story. Hallelujah. I hope I got them words right. Well, I'm so glad to see this beautiful day, which the Most High has made, with all of us in mind. Looks as if I left my camera base in the truck. That's okay, we're gonna continue on as is. As long as we have our phone, the cam, and our trusted spectacles, we'll get by. It's not too much wind stirring today anyway, just heat. I thought I'd slide out this way because the mosquitoes over there biting hard. I hope I don't regret this idea. Okay, but as always, we do have a great idea we want to share, or thought, however you want to look at it. And I do thank the Most High for it once again. And it's from a well-known script, Psalms 23. And I think we're going to do something different today. I think we'll read over the script and then go back and give the title of the idea. And the script says, Yahuwah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. That's important. Then it comes right back behind that and say, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepared the table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anointed my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Most High forever. And I'm going to read over my notes. Pretty much that's all we're going to do today is read the notes and get it going. The Most High told me that he would hardly ever send something without somebody being attached. Oh boy. He said that the table is being set by people being used by him to do so. He then reminded me of Moses being delivered from the Nile to become a deliverer of people himself. He reaffirmed that he sends who we need, not what. He then reminded me that Hasatan wasn't just going to stand back and let this great table be set and the deliverer do his job without a fight. He says that the devil always has his dog in the fight trying to disrupt his plans. But that's a good thing because they are whipped in the open for all to see who the Most High favors. He said that those sent by Hasatan come as relapsers. Oh boy. He said, those sent by Hasatan, instead of deliverers, they are relapsers. Oh boy. And I know what that means. From being strung out on drugs with marijuana, which is a drug. And I think most marijuana smokers try to downplay the effects that marijuana had on us, or has on us, when it has us, when it's got us in its grips. But it's just as hardcore as any other dope, because it's calling your name just like the other ones call your name also. Okay, let's get back. He said that those sent by Hasatan come as relapsers, those who were delivered but turned back to their habit, like a dog to their own vomit. Relapsers mean to lapse back into a former state or condition, especially one involving bad habits. Finally, he said to stop looking for things and look for the hand. Then he said stop looking at the hand directly, I would say, but look at the heart. The table has already been set. Sit down, enjoy the meal, and the fine company. I added that fine, but sit down and enjoy the company. And like the text says, he prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. You get it. So we're just gonna let that idea marinate in our minds today, and we'll see how the Most High may lead us to speak on them later. And see, I think I should explain what he was saying about the hand. See, we have got to be careful who we refuse in our own hearts and minds. Because their educational background don't line up. So we think. And their skin color don't line up. So we think. See, what I've learned about the Most High, he can use anybody that's a willing vessel. Now, I'm not saying that you don't use discernment when folks come your way. And at the same time, we didn't say folks was coming to join your family. Sometimes the Most High chooses and picks people that's not going to look like us. They may not even believe like we do. Or like I said before, they may not be as educated as we would like for them to be to teach us. And the Most High said they won't be taught. Just that's quick. And see, I've learned this in my lifetime, not to judge who the Most High sends my way. Because they don't fit the profile. They're not saying the same things I'm saying. They're not dressing like me. They're not from the same economic, how do we say that, background as myself. In other words, they don't have no big bank account like I do, or a big house like I do, or well spoken like I am. And like I said in the beginning, they are not educated like I am. And see, that's a biggie right there. Because the Most High will cut you off real quick for your pride and your education. Your education, I'll say it again. And your pride in them folks' education and certificates they're giving you, them degrees. See, I was excited when the Most High told me to go back to school. He wanted me to go back to school. No, I think he said he wanted me to go to school. I said, okay, let's get it. So I started trying to figure out how I was going to pay for it. Notice I said how I was going to pay for it. And the Most High let me go through all the rigmarole, all the ups and downs of trying to figure out something that I couldn't figure out. But we had to circle back around like I should have did in the first place and ask him his orders. See, I'm learning. If the Most High makes a statement, that's time for us to start asking questions. If he asks a question, that's when he's trying to teach us a lesson. Both ways, I guess you would say. But he deals a little bit differently than we do. He'll say, Robert, I want you to go to school. My next question should be, what school? When? Where? How? Instead, I jumped out there on my own. And this is when I was still trying to be independent, but codependent. Oh boy, what a word. A lot of us want to be independent, but we still want to be codependent on the Most High's resources. In other words, we want his resources, but without his instructions. What a word. Or what an idea. And you notice I don't like saying what a word or a lesson. I like to keep it to a thought and an idea. Now when the Most High tell me something, I'm not ashamed to say that was him. And mind me, or pardon me, I'm keeping my eye out on this grass. You see that? You know what that looks like. And this is the perfect place for one of them old rascals back here by that flooded water and this soft, wet grass. They would love to slither down through there, and I like to be careful. See, when you was raised in the country, you had to follow different rules than other folks would. Because I live in the country and the city. Matter of fact, I stayed in DC for a few years, and you don't really have to watch your step too tough there. But the air vents, they have air vents which come up from the subway, and you have to watch out for them and don't never step on them. I don't care if you see 100 people walking that same air vent, don't you step on them. Because plenty of folks have fallen down in there and died or was injured real bad by stepping on them air vents, and they giving way. But all praises to the Most High. We're gonna stay dependent on him and run from our independence. I said we're gonna stay dependent on him and run from our independence away from him, or run from trying to be independent of him. And we can't say enough about how much of a need we're in of the Most High preparing a table for us in the presence of our enemies. We all see the goings-ons in the news and how an agenda is being pushed, and very hard, more than ever. And in all reality, to extinct the Most High's people. To kill off, we'll put it in basic terms, to kill off the Most High's people. And see, I don't care if folks don't believe like I do. See, one thing I do is study to show myself approved. And I let the Most High lead me in that study. See, he can't fill a full vessel. See, he has to have a hollow vessel. One that's being purged and cleaned out. A lot of times through hardcore scrubbing. And like we said the other day, through pressure. Yesterday, through pressure. A lot of us are in the pressure cooker of being, what's the word? Purged and clean, so that we can be fit for the master's use. But he can't use you if you're full. And 9 times out of 10, you full of, I ain't gonna say that. Oh boy, you're full of stuff, boo-boo, that you, just like they say with your insides, you have to have them cleaned out real good, because you have years of toxins in your body and stuck to the walls of your digestive system and in your colon. And see, this takes a special kind of medication or a special kind of program, and in reality, a special kind of diet. I said a special kind of diet. Oh boy, we don't want to hear that one. We already had enough of folks talking about you got to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. But then there's a dietary law also. Oh boy. See, that's one of most folks' downfall. They don't want to give up that pork. They don't want to give up them shrimp, that catfish. See, when the Most High got me through that stroke, it was a no-brainer for me. I'm like, what catfish? I ain't like catfish that tough anyway. Now, the one thing that got me was that barbecue and that shrimp fried rice. I was telling my wife last night, I remember them shrimp fried rice nights. We'll get that big thing of the shrimp fried rice, about 4 or 5 of them pieces of fried chicken, some of that extra hot sauce, had the extra peppers and spicy seasonings in that shrimp fried rice, and watch a movie or two. Oh boy. Let's see. Oh boy, don't want to fall. See, you learn them hard lessons through trial and error. And like I said, when I went through that stroke, it wasn't no more trials for me. It wasn't no more question about what I had to do. And really when I had to do it. He didn't have to come back and say, Robert, you need to cut this out. No. I said, what laws, what statutes, what commandments, where are they? Let's get them. Well, like I say now, let's get it. I want to be 100 with him. And that's every day. I wake up excited to see what the Most High got to say. And we all got to get that way. Because like I said before, his part of the conversation is the most important part of the conversation. What he has to say is the most important. Yes, he wants us to air it, to speak it. But see, he already knows what we're going to say before we even say it. But we can't say the same. I love to spend at least a minute beside that water when I hear it running like that. But yeah, he prepared the table for us in the presence of our enemies. Then he came back and said, enjoy the meal and the company. Oh boy. So I am enjoying the company as I see the Most High ramp up his judgment on the nations. Robert, how dare you say that? The Most High is love, or God is love. Okay, that's a given. But it's a given also he loved his children. And he ate when they're perpetrated, when they're being enslaved all around the world, spread to the four corners of the world, the earth, like the text says, and enslaved, which that was our fault. The Most High sent us out into captivity again. Like he says in the scripts, he will send us back into Egypt, which means house of bondage, again, because of our hard heads. And that no one will be there to save us but him. But see, they took it too far. The nations of the world, that is. And they want to have a perpetual enslavement going on, to where they say they won't never let us go. He's preparing the table in the presence of our enemies. So he's preparing it. And in all reality, it's already prepared. He's just waiting on us to sit down. Oh boy. And see, that goes back to that independent mindset that we like to keep and hold on to. We like to be independent codependents. We like to be free from the responsibility of serving the Most High Elohim, which, just like I had to find out myself, is his way or no way at all. Not like we like to carry our relationships. Which we like to give people ultimatums. Okay, it's my way or the highway, get going. And see, that's okay until you look up one day and everybody's gone. You done burned all the bridges. Everybody done told you to lose their number. Then you're sitting there butt hurt, hungry for some attention. I gotta fix this. Everybody see, so you don't think I'm stopping on the hill for no reason. That brace, with the brace I got under the brace to keep my foot from being directly against that plastic was still rolled up under the back side of my knee. So I had to roll it down so it won't keep causing friction. But all praises to the highest. Love your neighbor, stop the violence. Jesus. That sounds good. But you got to change the signature. But Caesar Borgia is saying the exact opposite. Hate your neighbor and kill him. What up, man? You got it. righteous path, Father, as you lead us through paths of righteousness for your name's sake. For your name's sake as a great deliverer. For your name's sake as a great keeper. As the great keeper. The great deliverer. The great I am, what we need you for as your people. Hey there. Got that old thing sounding good too. man.